Hello, Tom here. Back in the office today for part 6 or episode 6 on the N-gauge layout. It's about 90% complete now, and hopefully by the end of this video it will be virtually completed. So we start on the left hand side of the layout. I've finished off the rock face. I'm much happier with this now. I was going to go back and change the other side, but as I'd already done a lot of the scatter material, I didn't want to try repainting it. I might try and do it with a small brush eventually, but I thought I'll leave it to compare the two. Like I say, I'm quite happy with this. Now, I've always used cheap acrylic paints to do rockery effect. Well, what I found was at Sawyer Models, we had these going like cheaper than the standard price. So I thought I'd give them a try, the Woodland Scenic paints. And they're specifically designed for doing rockeries. And coated in stone grey and black, and then final few different coats of white watered down, and I think it does create a much better effect, and it gives a nice texture as well to the rock, makes it look more realistic. So you know, sometimes saving money is good, but some products do, like Woodland Scenic products, I do find are really good quality. And obviously on my seafoam trees, half of them missing leaves, but it doesn't matter. I'm quite happy with them. They look more to scale, and you can see by the station area here, I've added all the fencing around. So this side we've just fenced off the ends. I had some benches left over from my last N-gauge layout, so I've glued them down, and also the people that I've collected over the years. The footbridge still isn't glued down. I might just leave that loose, to be honest, because it's easy enough just to take off and put back on when we move the layout. So we've got a nice little couple there sat on the bench. That's the only odd bench out really. That was an old Graham Farish figure set, but considering they're 20 years old, the figures are very good quality. And we've got a little gate at the end of each platform here in case anyone needs to get access to the track. So yeah, very happy with there now. Garden's pretty much as it left, apart from a little post box down there, if you can see it. We got a little person coming out of the house there. So what I did find was the layout was a bit plain, so I've ordered a few bits and bobs which we'll take a look at in a second. So this is all finished now. Like I said, I tried to put the static grass in between the tyre tracks where the tractor's been going up and down, and between the road and the rockery. Again, I've repainted all this rockery and added a bit more texture to it, so I think it looks a lot better now. All along here's had static grass done, just again to separate the rock face from the top and the road along here. And last thing I've done today is just added bits of scatter along to the rockery over here. I'm not sure yet whether to do any on this bit. I might just leave it for now, to be honest. We've got our farmer supply shop here, and I've done the road. I've used the Tamiya masking tape. I had a bit of a mishap over there. It's a bit thicker than it should be, but overall I think it looks a lot better now as we've got the bus coming through here. I put another coat of the Woodland Scenic's water undercoat on, so that's the next job, to apply some realistic water. This side's just pretty much as it was, haven't touched anything there. But yeah, I'm really happy how this has come out now. We've got a little bloke down there. I've added a gate and a bit of a wall there. I was going to put a fence along here, but I've just kept it as a bit of an entrance. But yeah, so we've got a passerby there walking on the canal. It's a bit overgrown, and footpaths not very well taken care of, as you see sometimes. So the base here as well, I've got a textured concrete paint I got off the internet somewhere. So I thought that'll do for a 00 or O gauge or N gauge, so it'll come in useful in the future. And I wanted it a different colour to the road, as well as also a different colour to the rock face. So that looks pretty good. So I'm just going to position the camera now, and we'll see what other bits and bobs I've got for the layout. Okay, so focusing on the scene in front of me, rather than just have a building there and a trailer, which is all I had so far, I wanted to try and make the scene a bit more interesting. So looking online to see what different bits and bobs you can get. Again, you see all these little companies popping up now, especially on a well-known auction site that do their own little 3D printed models. So here's a bag of pallets or stacks of pallets. So I thought I might as well get them in stacks with them being so small and gauge. So they'll go into this yard here. And also what I mentioned in the last video I had on order. So we've got a PD Marsh Models Ferguson tractor. So that's going to go on the track here. And also we have a Ferguson liquid farm tanker. So that again, that'll either go on the field here somewhere or in the farm supply shop. And we've also got some, they're actually classed as shopping figures, but I thought they'll be alright on the platform. And don't have to add them all, but there's a few extra figures there. And maybe quite importantly, I thought the canal looked a bit blank on its own. So I found this again on the internet. Quite a few different places selling these. Actually, it's a 3D printed canal barge. So I've got to paint that up, and that'll hopefully sit on the side here somewhere, and hopefully add to that scene, help finish it off. We've also got for the farm supply shop, we've got forklift with workers, so that can go on the warehouse scene there. Well, that looked pretty good. That's a woodland scenics set, and also another little parcel. Again, these weren't the cheapest. I did originally want to keep the layout cheap, but I thought, you know, it looks a bit too blank as it is, and even though I'll probably end up selling it eventually, I did want to make the layout to try and be as interesting as I could without adding too much, because I weren't adding lighting to it, didn't have any sidings or anything. But I did see these as well, Engage models. I thought they'd go nice in the farm supply shop. So we got a tractor and trailer, all wet, pre-painted and weathered. And we've also got a skip that's weathered, painted. And I know I could get these cheaper. I forget how much these are, to be honest. I can put them in the description if anyone's interested. But I've got so many projects to paint and build. You know, it's nice just to have some ready-made stuff that can go on the layout, and they're really good quality by the looks of them. In fact, I'll just show you. So that's the leaflet I got. If anyone's interested, engagemodels.com. So take a look at those products if you're interested. They seem pretty good. Again, just having a little look on the internet to see what you can get, and it's amazing the variety you can get now. So let's get these set up on the layout, and we'll come back to it and hopefully have a bit of a running session. I'm back, and it's actually been quite a bit of time. Embarrassingly, it's been about 2 months since I started this video. So basically, I've done 99% of the work. I got the water down, which I'm very happy with, the canal, and touched up bits of the scenery. We got all the figures down, all the passengers and the accessories at the bottom for the little farm shop, supply shop that we're doing. And ran a few trains, and basically the layout got left because I didn't quite have time to basically do this video that I'm doing now, basically just to round it off. And I also got invited to the Merseyside live steam model engineers down in Calderstones Park in Liverpool, and if you've already seen the video, I took this layout that was finished. I took it earlier on this year when it was half finished, so it was nice to take it back finished. And I also took the little museum layout with me, and it seemed quite popular. People seemed to like it, especially with the sound fitted eye of it running around. The kids seemed to like that, and yeah, it was good fun. Even though the weather was terrible, it was good fun. The layout managed to stay dry. I did lose a couple of my little figures though, which we'll go through in a minute. So, and a few little bits and bobs here and there needed touching up, but other than that, it came out okay. So I'll take the camera off the tripod in a sec. So just before I do, I've painted up the canal barge, and the actual, I believe it's the rudder handle, or what you steer it with, has snapped off twice. I did replace it. I drilled it out and put another piece in, and that snapped as well. So I've given up on it. But the canal barge is basically going to be facing this way anyway, so it's about, you're not really going to see it. But I painted it very simply. Just gave it a little so black on the bottom, green, and then a little red border around it. I think it came out quite nice. So we'll get that on the scene now, and we'll have a little close up around the layout. Okay, starting on the left hand side, we've also got the horse fields. One thing I would add, if I get some more fence in the future, is I'd run the fence along here to obviously stop the horses from walking off the cliff. But for now, it's staying like that. The village scenes come on quite nice now. I'm quite happy with that. And yeah, it was a good idea to put the Metcalfe buildings to good use. I did lose another chimney there, so I got to replace that. But otherwise, that scene's pretty much completed. Maybe a few more figures, maybe a few gardening figures if I find any. And they got the little greenhouse there and a few little trees. The trailer, the station. It has gone a little bit dusty. I have tried to hoover it up, but it's hard round the little figures, so I'll have to go over that again. And another little thing maybe is if we got a footbridge where the steps are facing this way, I would prefer. But otherwise, I'm very happy. I like the little platform fencing that I got for a well-known auction site. And obviously the platforms are scratch built out of cardboard. And I like the little bridge scene here. The whole idea of this layout was to practice scenery. It was to give my N-Gage train something to run on. I don't really buy N-Gage anymore. Aside from this coach, I thought this would be perfect for a small layout. It was expensive for what it is. It's got no working lights or anything. But that's all you need for a train, a loco, and this coach, and you got a complete train. So I thought that would be perfect for this layout, and as it's sort of late 90s, early 2000s themed, I thought it would be perfect for it. We've obviously got our bus there, a few people walking down the road, well, down the footpath next to the road, and this is what started N-Gage for me. I got this loco probably when I was about 6, maybe 7 years old, and it was at an exhibition one day. My parents could see I was falling in love with N-Gage, and we didn't really have the space for 00. So they picked up this little Class 31. We had a couple of BR Blue Minitrix coaches as well. On the back of this now is a couple of old Lima coaches that have been repainted. But yeah, thanks to Ian as well from the Live Below Gauge group. He's got it working again for me. It's spent many years not being run because the motor was knackered in it. I think I well and truly burnt it out when I was a kid. And it's battered, it's missing its front coupling, it's missing its buffers. It's at the front painted full yellow, because I think the original model was only half painted yellow at the front. But yeah, it's still going strong, and it's got sentimental value, so I'll never part with it. So we'll see that running in a sec. Like I say, I like the way the road comes through under the bridge and goes up the hill towards the village. We've got our canal barge in place now. And I like this, the farm supply yard. Like I say, I did pay a few quid for these bits of accessories, but I think they really add to it. Like I say, I painted a few dirt tracks onto the road. I think I might weather it a little bit more as well. But I think that scene's really come on now. I'm quite happy with it. And a few things more you could add to it. Maybe a few people fishing in the canal. like I say, a few gardening figures, but overall I'm pretty pleased with how it's turned out. We've got our Matty Ferguson tractor here. I much prefer how the rockeries come out, since I changed up the type of plaster I used compared to this. Say, this was the first bit I done, which I don't think it looks horrendous, but I really think the other plaster looks better and more realistic, especially the paints of the Woodland Scenics rockery paints. So I think they really improve it. You might pay a bit more. They try and create the impression of mud and damp soil by using nail varnish before I put the scatter material down. I think it's come out okay. So yeah, I'm really happy with it. So the two goals I've achieved is I've got something to run my N-gauge stock on for now, and also it's helped me practice scenery. So when I do more in the loft layout, which is obviously going to be permanently in place, I want to get it right. So I'm really happy with that. Round the back, in fact, I'll just pause a sec. Right, so round the back of the layout, I know I've gone through this before, but let's just have a little quick look. So it couldn't be simpler. We've got two basic Gauge Master controllers. We've got these nice little holders for them, so they just slide in, slide out, and they just unplug like that. So you can just leave them in situ the whole time. And if you had point motors and working lights on this layout, they would power that as well. So it couldn't be simpler. We've got a nice simple fiddle yard. We've got a loop siding on the outer track for longer trains. The inner track will suit more DMUs or shorter trains like the 37 and the Saloon, like we've shown before. And it's a nice little break between the scenes. So yeah, I'm very happy with how it's turned out. And it certainly kept me busy. So I'm not sure what to do in the future with this. I might sell it on, or I might keep it for a bit. I'll certainly run some trains on it, give me N-gauge a good run in, hopefully do a few running session videos on it. And yeah, I'll probably need to make space for another project. I wouldn't mind doing another 00 and 009, maybe museum theme layout again, or another layout that fits in a box, something like that. Or a small O-gauge project would be nice. We have got the NG7 project in the Liverpool and West Lancashire O-gauge group, so we'll hopefully do a video on that at some point. And yeah, so keep an eye out for that. The next video might be we might get a bit of a running session in the loft if I get a chance. We've got some new stock to run since our last video. And yeah, as always, let me know what you think in the comments of this layout. Any ideas you have for the future, perhaps. Like I said, if anyone takes this layout on, there are things you can add to it. There's a few more figures you could add to the scene. One thing I didn't get for this layout, which I did look for, was some signals. Could do with a few signals, whether they're working or non-working, just to add to the effect. But otherwise, I'm very, very happy with it. So yeah, keep an eye out for the next video. Thank you very much for watching. See you soon. Bye for now.